Alright, hello and welcome! So, it is time, once again, to kind of do a big refresher on all of my Fashionframe stuff for the people that want to see the stuff that I use generally, don't know what a thing is that I use, want to see my exact setups and all that stuff. So, let's just jump right into it, because we have vastly more items every time we do this. Anyway, first things first, I'm just going to show like a bunch of the attachments and regalia and all that stuff, and then we'll go over colors after that. So, over there on the right, there will be, well, links in the description for where stuff starts, because I can't do annotations anymore, which sucks. Anyway, moving on, attachments, we'll go through assigned Sandanas first. First of all, anything that you see here, all of these are all Prime Access Sandanas. So if you have seen any of these are all Prime Access. Those can be gained at that time, currently available. The Pyra and the Misa are the ones that are currently available from the unvaulting. So there's that. Moving on, we have Tennogen stuff. So these, I only have a couple of these, but these are ones that I use a lot. Specifically the Nasaru. This is a really nice one. This is going to only be available to people who are on PC, so if you're on console, you may get it in the future, but it's impossible to know exactly what Tennogen you guys will get. So this is what it is for those of you on PC. Also the Teplo, which I've been using a lot recently. These are the large butterfly wings I use on 2 of my Warframes. And then this is just, I don't use this one for anything serious. This was like a thing I bought for like a specific video. So that's all the Tennogen stuff. And then otherwise, these are all of the Sandana that I have. Arcane stuff just means it has Arcanes installed. It is the other name. Also Telos, that is a Syndicate one. That is the Arbiters. Udyat, this is the one that gets asked about a lot. It's just the regular Udyat Sandana. Nothing special to it, just a very nice Sandana, probably the best one that I have in terms of just usefulness on all things, because it just always looks great. Then coming through here, we've got like Festive and Solstice are the Christmas ones, Day of the Deads, which we'll get to up here. These ones are Halloween skins, so those are available around Halloween. Moving on, Pakal, this comes from the Rhino Deluxe Skin Pack. The Pakal Sandana, everything in the Pakal set comes with Hunhow's Gift, which is a big pack that has War, the entire set of this, the Scimitar skin, and a bunch of other things in it. So that's how you get the sentient armor, as it were, that Stalker wears. Beyond that, we've got the Rakta Sandana, Rubido Plated. Rubido Plated is a Steam-only item. Along with that, there is the Phased skin that I think we may have passed already. Those are Steam-only items that you can get on Steam that will translate into Warframe. Xenoid is another Syndicate one, and then Vacor is my other Syndicate, so this is their respective Syndicates for those determining names, of course. And then otherwise, these are a bunch of ones that I do not have, so don't expect to see those. But yeah, that's all of that stuff in general for Sandanas. In terms of armor, the EOS set of Prime is available from Baro Katir. These other sets are from Prime Accesses. So that's where we get the Targus armor. And while I don't use the chest piece a lot, the Targus armor that gets asked about a lot is the shoulder plates that I'm using very frequently. So that's what this is. And then the leggings that I'm normally using on most things are the Pakal settings, which Pakal leg guards rather, which we already said come from Hunhow's Gift. So that's how you get those. And then in general, these are all of the ones that I have. Solstice ones were Christmas Borrow. The Riv sets are all from PvP, and you can buy the Riv Elite Guard set, I believe. Otherwise, these are all the ones that I have. So that's all the kind of armors that I'm generally using in Sandanas and such. So let's move on to Regalia. So these things get asked about a lot, all of the Sakaras. Okay, so Asteron Sakara, this is from completing Nightmare, Law of Retribution. One completion will get you the Asteron Sakara. Jordis, this is from the Jordis Verdict. If you complete the Jordis Verdict, you will be given this. This actually adapts to whatever colors you have on your main Warframe, so a very, very nice emblem. The Savati is from regular LOR, and the Katir comes from Baro Katir. So that's where all of the Sakaras come from. Otherwise in here, Disciples emblem, the Courier emblem comes from Gathering Couriers, Hunter emblem, and the Master's emblem. So Disciples, Hunters, and Masters, and there's also a Grandmaster one that I don't have because I'm not a Grandmaster. Those are all Founders. So those are all Founders items that you got for the different levels of being a Founder, so they are no longer available. Tethra's Doom, this came from the Tethra's Doom event. This is just like swirling energy vortex stuff. Looks really cool. Hopefully that comes back at some point. And there's one other one. Oh yeah, the Katir one. This just comes from Bar Katir. This is basically just has the cube inside of Tethra's Doom, but they are a little bit different. And then otherwise, all of these are kind of just named after the stuff they come from. Like the Stratos emblem comes from this like Stratos events, basically, where it's the reward and it has a number on it that ticks up the more of it you get. So these kind of just come from their respective event names and all that some such. As for sigils, there are a lot of sigils. So there's a lot of Syndicate ones in here because I have all of them from like the Syndicates that they come from and all that stuff from my side of the Syndicates, the left three. The Awakened Lunas and all the sigils that look like this are login rewards. The Banshee Soprano, this is from getting the deluxe Banshee skin. Cephalon Samara, this comes from him. Community Tenno, it's very obvious where to get that from. This is a Prime Access sigil. Day of the Dead, obviously Halloween, and so on and so forth. Like Imminent Eclipse is another login reward one. And a lot of these are very self-explanatory where they come from, like Kelidithame and Lephantis. Mastery Sigil, this changes as you get your MR higher. Obviously, this is a Founder Sigil. Nisselbrush is Christmas, which we just got. And then the Rift Sigil, which this is the like crackling energy I use on a lot of my Warframes. It gets asked about a lot. This has come from various events at very low drop rates, but was originally from an escalation mission. So that will be around, but it will be a very difficult farm to get that in general. And then otherwise, the Tenno Live, this is from going to any event where DE is that is not TennoCon, and then the TennoCon sigil comes from going to TennoCon. So that's what both of these are. I use the TennoCon sigil on a lot of things, and the Tenno Live sigil is the one that is on my operator, which we will run back, and I will show my operator at some point in this video as well. Otherwise, these are kind of self-explanatory otherwise, because like Alad V, Ambulas, that such thing. So that's what those are, and then now we can go over, let's go over the animation sets real quick. So the one that I'm generally using on a lot of my Warframes is Hydroid Noble, because it's just like a very standard, like, it's a good stance for kind of any Warframe to take, I feel, and this is the one that I'm just kind of generally using overall. Mesa Noble I use on a lot of my female Warframes. Ivara's Agile is the butt-swinging one, if you've seen me do that one for jokes before. From a Noble, this is the one that I use on Rhino and a couple other of like the big bulky Warframes. Nidasis Noble is what I've been starting to use recently. It's a lot like the Hydroid Noble in terms of it's just kind of like a very basic stance. And then Titania's stances are the ones where you're flying. So if you're looking for those, both of them are the one that come from Titania. Noble is usually the one that I'm using on most of my Warframes. So that's what that is, and if you're looking for the one on my Chroma, it is Necros Agile, I believe, pretty sure. So that's what those are, and now let's go over colors. So, my colors are very simple. I have this yellow, which ends up as gold on metallic surfaces, but in general it's just like a good color to put on things. Blue, this is generally, I use this for energy color, and I have an orange that we will show as well that is not in my favorites right now because I had to reset them. This is Smoke Black. So this is the bottom left of the smoke palette here. I use a couple other blacks in here for like various tonaging and stuff like that. But that's what that is. The white that I use is actually from Classic, and Classic Saturated have the exact same white in this slot. This is the whitest white there is in the game, which is why I've moved to that one from having the top left smoke, because if you enhance, if you zoom in real good, you'll notice it's like a little bit whiter than this one, which is really strange, but that's how it is. So that's what that white color is. This blue also comes from Classic Saturated. It's this one here. And this gold, sorry, I did not say this initially. This is the top left here in the Fire palette, which is really nice. Otherwise, this red is like my kind of... I have two reds that are for like matching up to the sentient colors. It's that one. And it depends on like what material it's going on. And that one. So I have those, and then I have some other various colors in here that are just kind of like in-betweens that I have favorited. So that's kind of most of the colors that I use, besides the orange that I'm pretty often using. The orange that I'm often using is this one, which is just in the top right of the Grenier palette, and I'll refavorite that because This is the orange I'm usually going for on a lot of my energy colors that I've used in the past. I've switched to mostly using blue, though. And then that's kind of all the colors that I'm in general using right now. I've gone pretty basic. And if anyone wants to know how to make the kind of why would you use Excalibur color setup, you just do this. There it is. It's just his default colors. That's all it is. Just defaults. Like, there he is. Just defaults with a lot of the stuff that we have just talked about putting on him. Yeah, comes as a surprise, probably, maybe, to some of you. Yeah, just his basic colors. So that's kind of all of that stuff. So I don't think there's anything else to go. Oh, yeah, helmets. So with that, helmets, there's like various Tennogen ones and stuff like that. So if you see one, its name will be there, and you'll have to Google it to see if it's Tennogen or not. A lot of the helmets that I use are Tennogen, and they're not like super clearly marked. So there's that. Also, any arcane helmets have a non-arcane variant, so be aware of that. Otherwise, I think that makes it about time to just kind of start going through everybody and showing off how everyone looks. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you enjoy it.